coming to our human molding right now. Now I'm going to show you how to mold your couple, the husband and wife, in native attire. If you want to do it in English attire, it's practically the same thing. The only difference is the dressing. So you just be creative with your dressing. However you want to dress your couple is up to you. Now I'm going to show you the Yoruba native attire way of dressing. If you're going to do for other traditional weddings, you can just look at what they are putting on, have an idea of what the dress is, and then you go ahead and do it. But the main thing here is how to actually do the heads, the body, the legs, everything. So the rest that I stepped for you is the dressing. However you want to dress is all in your hands. So now to make our human molds, you need your paste. Now you need your brown paste, which depends on the shade of color the skin is going to be. This is just plain brown that has been used, and when you are adding color to your paste, always do a little at a time until you get the shade you want. So it's always preferable to do everything at once. Knead your paste together at once. So if you know you are going to need more than this, have it there. It will not be nice if after you've done the body, then you now want to finish it up and you find that you don't have any more paste. Then you now start mixing another brown. There's going to be a tendency that your other brown will either be darker or lighter than this one. So make sure that you have the right shade once and for all. So this is my paste that I'll be using for the human body. Then I have other colors, other colored paste here for different purposes. So I will be showing you what all these other purposes are. I have different colors, mostly for the finishing of this, the dressing and all that. So I'm going to show you what all of these are going to be used. So I may use all of this, I may not use all of them. It all depends on what I decide to do. So this is where we are starting from. Now, you also need your styrofoam board. This is it's actually a thin layer I had. So what I simply did was to put them one on top of the other to be my sitting position for my couple. If you want to, I'm going to show you how to do it. If you want your only the husband to be sitting down and then the bride to be kneeling down, I'll show you how to do that. But this is what I'm using to hold them. Now another thing that you should know is this. You should know where you are putting your couple. Are they going to sit on the cake, or are they sitting on a chair? If you're going to sit on a chair, that means you have to create your chair. That means you're going to create the seat they'll be sitting out on. So the styrofoam will work perfectly for that. You can use it to cut your chair into whatever size, length, and all that, and design it however you want to do. That's where you know that that's where your couple are sitting. And the moment you determine where your couple is sitting, that is when you now start molding. Because you don't want to situation where you mold your couple and then maybe the legs are too long for the seat, or they are too short for the seat. You don't want that. You want the legs to be sitting. If you're going to put it on the styrofoam, the legs will be touching the cake directly. That's what you want. So when you're molding your couple, determine where they are going to be sitting on. Are they sitting on the cake? If they're sitting on the cake directly, then their legs can be dangling over. No big deal. Whether you like make it long, make it short, that's no big deal. But they're going to sit on a seat they're going to put on a cake, create that seat down. You can even use that seat as your support for the cake, or for the modeling as you are walking. Then you now go ahead and dress it up and do whatever I want to do with it. So I'll be showing you this, and as I go along, I'll be telling you the tools I'm using as I go on, because there's a lot of tools and a lot of things I'll be using here to make my couple. So I'll be showing you all that as I go on. Now, I'll be starting with my bride. The bride is always like the most difficult one to make. I always keep saying something, a woman, our wala is too much for women. If a man and a woman are going out, the woman should have decided, if you're going to have like 10 o'clock, the woman should start dressing up like 7 o'clock, so that by 10 o'clock we leave the house. The man needs 15 minutes and he's ready. 5 minutes is ready. Somebody will say 2 minutes is ready. So for the man, no big deal. For the woman, you can be on her for the next hours. Molding your woman can take a long time. So I'm going to show you that first, then we move on to the man. Now, we're going to start For my couple, both of them will be sitting down. So I'm going to show you what I will do for the sitting down couple. I'm going to start with the top part, from the neck to the waist of the bride now. Now, once again, I've said it, anytime I'm molding, I always start with a ball. That is so that if I have any place that has a crack, I can always control that and put it at the bottom of my design, so that if I'm going to cut anything off, I know I'm cutting that part off. There won't be any crack at the top. I don't want any crack at the top of my models. So to start off, I'm going to make a cylinder shape. Then I will now make it out into a cone. I'm going to make a very slim bride and a very slim groom. Now for my modeling, I always prefer to use shortening. That helps me to control my paste very, very well. So putting some shortening on my fingers, I'm coming here to bring out the neck. I'm going to bring out the neck. So I'm going to roll it out like this. You can make it as long as you want. You are still going to end up cutting it off later. So it depends on what I want. Then also, because another reason why I always like having my shortening in my hand is so that it will not let the paste dry out as I walk. But there's tendency for your paste to dry out as you walk. I want to start this all over because I have a crack here. So I'm going to cut this off. Take my paste back. In the process of pulling that neck, I mistakenly created a line, a mark, which I wouldn't want. So back to my cone. So once again, so just press it and be careful not to put any crack in it. Okay. Now that is my neck. Next, I'm going to work on the shoulders. So I'm going to pull it down like this. So making sure my neck is intact. Then I'll now pick either side, any one I want. That's going to be my back. I'm going to make it straight. I'm trying to curve it in so that this front will shoot up. Then I'll now come to the front again and push this part up. That is to bring out the breast part. So I'm going to bring it down. As I'm doing that, I'm smoothing the back, making it straight. Adjusting the neck, I'm adjusting the shoulder. Now the next thing I'll now do, I'll take my veining tool. You look at your paste, your mold paste from the neck all the way to the middle here. And that is where you're going to demarcate for the breasts. So once you do that, and this, that is my shoulder, one shoulder was out more than the other. So the moment you do that, you demarcate it in the middle here. And then you now use you also take your veining tool, then you demarcate also the shoulder part. So this is what you're going to get for the shoulder and the breast. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to push out this shoulder out a little bit. Avoid making this place too sharp. And then the moment I do that, I'll come to the boobs. So this depends on how you want it to be, however big or small you want it to be. Okay. So once that is done, I'll now come right underneath the boobs and I'll press my paste in. That is to give me the waist. And at the same time, I'll come back here to be sure that this back is still bent in. We want that to have a straight back. And having a straight back means it has to be a little bit bent in like this. So I've gotten my waist. Tummy is coming in. No mind us. Really, we always having tummies. But for your paste, you can always work with it. You are the potter. This is your clay. Go ahead and mold it however you want to. And if your wife, if you're the bride you are making it for, if she's on the fat side, you can go ahead and make a fat bride. So I've gotten my waist done. So for the remaining part of this, I'm going to have to cut them because I have a lot here. So I'm going to cut a little bit off because what I want is to now create the hip. The beginning of the hip. The rest of the hip is going to be where the bottom part of the model is going to be. So you want something like this, something that will sit like this. Now, this is where you'll now be using a kebab stick. Now this is where your kebab stick comes in. Now because your kebab is also going to go in through here, you also want to be sure of what you're going to put in. So my kebab shouldn't be too, this is too long, so I just need it to be somewhere, just a little bit above the neck part here. So it's going to come up a little bit here. I just put that mark there. Then I'll bring this out. So I'm going to cut this place. So I'm going to use a plier to do just that. So I always like using the sharp edge in. So a sharp edge from the bottom, you're going to try and come out at the tip of the neck here. So you need to be very careful. By the time you start coming up here, you'll be feeling you'll feel the kebab stick. So you're going to need to guide it. You guide it till it comes out at the top, right there. So I'm going to put this in here. So that's the top for my bride. Next, I want to do the top for my groom. Alright, so for the male as well, the same thing, into a cylinder shape, then into a cone, just to bring this part down. And now, one thing I want to explain to you is this: except in the situation whereby you know that the husband is shorter than the husband, your pastes, well, your models, the husband must be taller than the bride. So if you know that the husband is shorter, you can go ahead and make it shorter. But as much as possible, make the husband to be taller than the bride. So as it is now, this is where the shoulder is. So for me, this works perfectly. So what I will now do is to now bring my neck out. And mind you, for the man, his neck is not going to be as thin as the bride's zone. It's going to be thick. So I'm going to bring his neck out to be very thick. That's it. See the difference? Then the shoulder. Also, I'm also going, now you can make the shoulder as wide as you want. It's supposed to be broad chested and all that. So then also I'm also going to make his back curving a little, because I also want him to sit up straight. Now for the man, like I said, he doesn't need nothing really in the front. But if it happens that you are making a tight shirt, a fitted shirt, maybe like a t-shirt for the man, you can go ahead and give him a six-pack. Let him be muscular. So what you simply do, also bring the neck down a little, the front, and you just divide this the same way we did with the bride, from the neck all the way down. So you simply just divide it into two, and then you let your vein to go deep inside, and then you now come this way, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is going to be a six-pack. Use your modeling tool to smoothen it, to soften it out. So by the time you're going to put on his shirt, his t-shirt, his tight fitted t-shirt, these will be showing on it to show that yes, there's a six-pack somewhere. But for native attire, this is not needed, because at the end of the day, it's going to put on an agbada, which is going to be so big that it will be covering all of this. So there's really no point making this at all. So what we now come back to do is our shoulder. So you're going to cut off the shoulder here and then here, and then just smoothen it out. Then I'm going to also reduce his waist a little. No way, he doesn't have to be figure eights. Once again, I'm going to check the height, so I still have a good, the shoulder is still a little bit higher than the bride's. I just want to cut off just a little bit, just a little bit. So go back to check. Alright, so by the time I do this, it's going to work perfectly for me. See? So also taking my kebab stick, so I'm going to check if this one will be too small. So it's just the same thing as this. So measure to see that it's a little bit higher. just cut it off. Once again, from the bottom to come out at the tip here. So once I get to the top, I start using my hand to check out where the kebab is coming out from. There we go. Put enough space between the two of them when you're putting it on the board, on the styrofoam. We don't want them to be too close so that you need to have enough space for the hand. Alright, so that's our couple, the upper part of the body. Now I want to do the lower part of the body. Now if your bride is to be kneeling down, I'll show you what you should do. For the lower part of your bride, if she's going to be kneeling down like some that we have, that the wife will be kneeling down and giving the husband something to drink, you simply then bend this over. This is the back, the foot part of your model. Then you take the top part and you simply just attach it there. And you make sure it blends with the top. So when she's gonna be doing that, she's gonna be kneeling down like this. And then of course you dress her up and all of that. So this is how she kneels down. But for this, I'll be making her sit down. So for the sitting down, now what I will do is to put this, now depending on the length of, like I said, of what you want, I want this leg to get to the bottom here. So I'm going to straighten this up some more, stretch it out some more. Just the down part, I'm not going to stretch out the top part so much. So the down part, because I want. So all I just want is for my hand to be able to stay underneath here. And that is what I need for the leg part of my model. Now I have here my 20 gauge wire. This wire goes into this. The reason being that if peradventure in the process of working with your paste and all that, this ends up to cut, because of the wire inside, it will not break. It won't come off completely. It might break, but will not come off completely. And then because of course you have the cloth all over it, so the cloth will even cover out the breakage and all that. So that's why this wire comes in. So what I simply do is I'm going to measure this wire with my paste up to, okay, maybe a little bit up to here. Then I'll fold this into two. I'm going to cut off the excess. If you are doing something longer, you can use the whole of the wire. It's no big deal. And then right from using this tip here, I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm going to come all the way to the top, but it's not going to show at the edge. So I'm coming like this, all the way to the top till I feel it. I'm feeling it now. It's not going to show. Now the remaining one, I'll simply just bend it in here, and I'll bend it so that it will get inside the paste like that. and cover it up, and simply go ahead and bend my paste. Alright, so that is that. So that way I'm very sure that my paste, even if it breaks along the line, nothing will happen to it. So after that, I'll put this on it. Now to get that same hole that was there before. Alright. Then with my little edible glue, my edible glue is a mixture of CMC and water. This is 1 teaspoon CMC, 1 tablespoon water mixed together. Now once you mix it together, it becomes very lumpy, and in the process of it being lumpy, just leave it alone. Let it stay overnight or for 24 hours before you can now start using it very well. So by the time you stay, for as long as it keeps staying, it's become liquid. If this stays longer than this, you get so liquidy that you cannot even use it again. It becomes so watery. But I want it this way. So once it starts getting watery, I simply just throw it away and I make another one. So it's edible glue, it's CMC and water, what we use for our fondant. So I'm going to put some edible glue on this, and always be mindful of the quantity of your edible glue on your paste. You do not want it to be too much. Then I would put some under here as well, just at the edge, at the back edge of my paste, and I will join it together. Join together same hole. So the moment I do this, I'm going to now blend. The back. I'm blending it together. Also trying to make sure that she has a little ikebe. You can decide to flatten our waist a little bit more. I'm the potter, this is my clay, however I want to mold her, go ahead and do. Okay, so that is my bride. Now the leg, this part is touching down there, so I'll simply just push it up a little because I already have my wire in there. So just push it up a little, and that is that. So my sitting bride is ready. Then for my husband, for the groom, now for the groom I'm making use of white paste for his leg. The reason being that at the end of the day I'm going to dress him up, and the only thing that will show will be just the little parts under there, which will end up changing the color and all that. So I'll show you all that now. So I'm going to use my white paste for my groom. Put this aside so you see it well. Once again, starting with a ball. My hand is getting dry, so I'm going to put some sharpening on it. Then into a cylinder shape. Now my cylinder shape, once I get to what I want, I will now start from under here and then thin it out some more. Because of the size of my husband, of the groom, not my husband, of the groom. So I'm gonna now the difference here is that for the bride, you leave it like this. For the groom, you need to separate it into two. Putting a little shortening, so in case it wants to stick. Shortening or cornflour, either one works. So I'm going to now separate it into two equal parts. and then I'll close up this inner parts. And try to smoothen it. Just be careful so you don't end up breaking his leg. You can use the tip of your table and simply just do this. Be very careful so you do not break it. And then you make sure both of them are the same size. One must not be bigger than the other. So once I get the right shape, before I start cutting, the next thing is to be sure that the size is the same. Now the bottom is okay where it is. So the next thing is the length of the leg. So I'm going to check it again. Just going to cut just a little bit because the shoe is still coming in. So I don't want a situation where there will be no space to put my shoe in. Alright, so that's good enough. So the next thing now, I'll be adding my wire in. Now for your wire, same thing. It's going to get to here, but it's not going to shoot out. But for the man, now the thing is this: for the man, you only need one wire, just one like this. You're not going to double it into two. So I need two of this. So each leg has a wire. And I'll push this in. It's not going to come out. Now this is too much for me. Just a little that I need for the shoe to come in. So I'm going to just cut this off. Alright, then I'm going to lift my man up and put this. Okay, let me cut this off a little bit more. Bend his legs. And flatten this a little, just a little. Put some glue. Push my man in. And also blend the body together. So this is what I have. Now, if you are making a white wedding couple, this is going to be black, this is going to be white, or whatever color she's going to dress on. But it's going to be in black suits. Because his trouser is going to show. The top part is not going to be showing, just the trouser. So in that case, your trouser here needs to be more open than this. It needs to open all the way in. Because by the time you put on the black trouser, you don't want it to start from here. You want it to actually start from there. So But for your agbada, your native, it's going to cover everything. Nobody will know if it's cut all the way down or not. So that's that. Okay, so that's the body part of our couple. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to make their heads. So now there is a tricky part. Making of the head is a very tricky part, so you need to watch this very well and get it right. If it means you're watching this part over and over and over, watch it over and over and over until you get it right. This part looks like a very simple part, but the heads are very tricky. If you don't get your face right, you've not gotten it right at all.